This is Eric Posaple with Body Morph Pros. I'm here with Jeanine Pierard, NPC figure competitor. Jeanine, how are you doing on this fine Sunday morning?
I'm marvelous. How are you?
I'm exhausted. You guys made me come out too early, but thanks for asking. So for those that maybe don't know you as well as I have, since I've known you for years now, maybe give everyone a little bit of a background as to how you got started in the industry, why you chose to compete, and kind of how you got into the fitness realm.
Okay. Again, my name is Jeanine, and I am 36 years old. I am an older competitor compared to some of the teammates that we have with teams.
Stop it. I just watched people compete that were 70 years old.
Well, that I work out with.
You are a spring chicken. I don't want to hear that crap.
Okay. I am a spring chicken. Is that mentally? Can I say that mentally? I have always been an athlete. I played softball, I played volleyball, I played basketball. I never really had the nutrition side of it. Probably like to think I did, but clearly I didn't. Last October, I started doing some of my own meal prepping. Knowing Heather for quite some time, I go to her salon, been friends with her, kind of started picking her ear a little bit on watching her and her transformation and things that she's doing. So she was a huge inspiration for me to get me off my ass doing the correct thing in the kitchen, not only in the gym. So I met with Stacy, and this past 2014 in March, I signed with the team, and pretty much have been kind of, in a prep per se, because I was supposed to compete in bikini for the wings. Well, I ended up with an injury to my knee, femoral stress fracture. So I was out for that. Started really working my upper body, and then Stacy proposed the thought of me being in figure. I've always had a little bit of bigger upper body, wider shoulders, and I was game for that. So we just started changing my workouts and my, upping my carb intake and my protein, really hitting it in the kitchen. And since I've signed with her, I have shred about 47 pounds. I was about 180 when I started. And
that's awesome.
So it's been, as much as of an inspiration Heather has been to me, I'm actually getting feedback from other people that I'm an inspiration for them to come to the gym, and I have goosebumps as I tell you that, because I never do you don't sign a contract or become friends with somebody and think that you're going to actually be an influence to other people. Sure. And it truly has been an experience thus far, and I haven't even stepped on stage yet. Yeah. So I could only imagine what it's going to be like.
The best is yet to come.
Exactly. My biggest hump is being an athlete for all these years. I've had a lot of injuries. I've had 2 shoulder surgeries, labrum tears, rotator tears, and my biggest was in 2010, and again in 2011, I tore my hamstring off the pelvis bone. I have a plate and several anchors and some screws in there now, and there isn't a day that goes by that doesn't hurt me, but I've really learned, even more working with Stacy and watching everybody, all the guys and women work in the gym, to listen to your body. Just because you've had an injury doesn't mean you can't go on with your dreams. You just really have to be careful in your form and your structure and how much weight you're doing. No, I can't do the weight that Heather does, that she squats, but I do more reps, less weight, because I have to listen. I get that pinch and I know it's time to stop. Right. Because I do not want to re-injure that. It was the worst recovery of my life.
And I think once you've had, I recently had an injury, but once you have an injury, it's always like in the back of your mind, like, because you don't ever want to go through that again. Yeah. Especially now that you're getting into the mode of competing. Mm-hmm. The last thing you want to do is have a setback. So it's and plus, like you said, being 36 years old, I know you said you have kids and a life and a family and all that good stuff. It's like you want to compete, but at the same point in time,
I still have to take care of my family. Right. I have 2 children. I have a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old daughter, and they are a huge support system for me as well. I have a boyfriend of 9 years who is also a huge part and always been an inspiration to my fitness. I've always liked it. I was a personal trainer years back when my daughter was 1, when I was a stay-at-home mom, and kind of fell off the wagon with that, and just went on to work for the hospital and physical therapy department. So he's pushed me to do this because he knows it's something I enjoy.
Now, are you pushing him for a ring because that's something you'd enjoy?
It actually has been. It's funny you should mention that because it comes up in conversation quite a bit.
Yeah. I was gonna say after 9 years, yeah.
Yeah, 9 years, a house, a boat, cars, toys, and now it's time for the diamond. So
Yeah.
I'm really
I'm sure
excited
it's not
for him to hear this.
Yeah, well, I thought I would bring it up because I know after 9 years, women usually probably aren't tapping the foot and looking at the clock like, is this thing gonna happen or what?
Right.
So no pressure. It's not
pressure.
like, you know.
No pressure, David. No pressure.
So moving on, ring. Now, have you picked a show for the fall? Have we decided on one?
I have. We are hooked up for the Ironman on November 1st in Chicago. So.
Talk to me about the butterflies.
Yeah, extremely.
It's not like butterflies like if you proposed, but
no.
it's some butterflies.
Right. Yeah, it's very similar feeling. Yes.
Well, you wouldn't know because he hasn't done it yet.
No. Feel the weight on the hand, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't be able to compete dragging that rock behind you.
It's like gorilla knuckle. Yeah, I just don't know what I'd do with it.
He's never gonna watch this video after,
ever,
right? Yeah.
Ever.
So, hopefully he can take it.
He's now burning my suit as we speak.
Or even worse if he burned your chicken.
Right? Yeah. Don't mess with my food.
So we're gonna be doing a show in November. Now, is this something you want to try to continue with as far as competing, or do you think it's really just gonna be more of the healthier lifestyle?
I would love to see how far I can go with it. Again, my family comes first, you know. My kids are involved. My son's an athlete. My daughter's an athlete. So, you know, but they're all supportive, so I don't see why I wouldn't be able to, you know, continue with my dream. And, you know.
I was going to ask, like, what do they say, or what do their friends say when they come over? Do they all make comments? Because you have 15-year-old kids, they're going to make comments.
Well, I have my boyfriend David has a daughter who's 16, and it seems to be an ongoing joke about your stepmom's so hot, you know. Dude, your stepmom's arms are bigger than mine, or...
Now, does your stepdaughter or your kids, do they ever come to the gym with you? Are they into working out yet?
Well, my son lifts with the football team.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I don't think your son's going to come over. It's
no,
probably not cool to work out with mom.
It's not a cool thing to work out with your mom.
Especially if she ever outlifted him.
Yeah, that would be a big issue, I think.
Yeah. He wouldn't get hazed.
Demoralized, yeah, exactly. But they have, I mean, they don't, my daughter's only 11, so she, you know, isn't really into that yet. But
maybe your stepdaughter, I didn't know.
She did track and stuff. She's more of a cardio. She likes running and stuff. So they all come to me with questions or, you know, hey, what do you think about this? I take all Pride supplements, and my son is now taking Pride as well. Okay. So, you know, that's been a big part.
Does his friends ever try to arm wrestle you?
No, not yet.
No, it hasn't happened?
It hasn't happened yet. To come.
That's awesome. Well, hey, we're getting towards the end of this video here, and I want to make sure that we wrap this up. But anyone else you want to give a shout out to before I cut you off? Just,
you know, David, love him very much. Thank you for your support. My children, even though they make fun of me and all my meal prepping and the multiple times I eat in a day, they're still there for me and support me and slap my hand when it's about to enter Cookie Land. Yeah. My mom and my dad have always been behind my back, not always understanding it. They're getting it. It's been a new situation for them as well. My coach, Stacey, been with me through injuries already, and I haven't even been with her that long, has got my back, supporting me, and of course my teammates. Big shout out to Heather, Amy, Pat, Bill. You know, they're my close friends here, and we don't work out at the same gym, but we make time to meet up and influence each other and push each other along. So.
I'm sorry, you mentioned Dave, and Dave is
my boyfriend.
Who hasn't
proposed.
Okay, just checking. I want to make sure that we throw that in there. So I wasn't sure if we had covered it earlier in the interview. All right. Well, before Dave leaves you, Bill, I'm already throwing in boyfriends aside your regular boyfriend. Before Dave leaves you, we'll cut this interview short. But thank you for coming out. It was great meeting you. I'm glad we had a good time. And hopefully he has a good sense of humor and doesn't come and shoot me. But this is Eric Bolsable with Body Morph Pros, catching you guys back up with more competitors from the Midwest. And we will see you, hopefully, at the Ironman in November. Thanks again for coming out.
Thank you very much.